Ultra-processed snacks you can find in vending machines and the grocery aisle are super convenient. We know that, but what makes them fresh and cheap also makes them really bad for our bodies.
Dr. Brenda Mendizabal is here to break down what processed really means and how these foods affect our bodies and what realistic snack swaps we can help make for our kids. Because as parents, I think we're so stuck. We know that these are easy options, especially when they come home off the school bus.
Just throwing them at them. Take something.
It's
too easy.
It's too easy. Well, and I'm so glad that you're here because we kind of got into this the last time you were here, and I started to pick your brain a little bit. So I'm glad that we could talk more about this. So first of all, we know that there are processed foods. There are also ultra-processed foods. What are the difference between these two?
So I think of simple processed foods as like white rice, right? Okay. So there's like a real food there, but it doesn't have a ton of additives and things haven't been taken out. I always think of food as like, in general, the food is not bad. It's what's been added or what's been taken out of it that's bad.
Okay.
So these ultra processed foods have stuff added to it and have stuff taken out of it. So when you look at the ingredients, it's usually nothing you recognize.
Right.
So it's not stuff that you would normally be able to cook with and can recognize from stuff in your pantry or in your fridge.
Got it.
Those are these ultra processed foods, and they are all over the place.
Well, sure. I mean, we eat, my kids have Cheez-Its every day. They take goldfish in their lunch. I mean, we're thinking about the things that are these easy snack options, easy things to throw in their lunches for school. And they're just not bad. Then they're horrible. I get it.
I know. That's why we have you here, because we're going to change our behavior.
Yeah.
But when you say bad, I think that there are so many of us who are like, well, how bad could it be?
Yeah.
But some of these things have been linked to diabetes, cancer. I mean, how common is this?
Absolutely. So the ultra processed, again, because they've gotten taken out all the fiber, which we normally have in our gut, we normally have fiber where the gut bacteria can kind of eat the fiber and be happy. Now these foods have no fiber in it. And because they have no fiber, the gut and the bacteria don't know what to eat. So they actually start eating the lining of our intestines, which are disgusting.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then our diets just don't, like the ultra processed foods just don't have any of the nutrition, like any antioxidants, any vitamins, any of the stuff that we actually need to live.
It's just junk.
It feels like the equivalent of my dog eating socks. Honestly, because I feel like this has happened and you're like, this is not helpful in any way for you to be eating this. Why are we doing this?
Most of them are like loaded with refined sugars, which we know additive sugar is absolutely linked to type 2 diabetes and other chronic comorbidities. So that's the other thing that I think about, like when you look at it, it's just loaded with the bad stuff.
This is really, I think, though, something that has cycled through because our grandparents were the ones who got all of this new, like, look how easy this is. We're going to give you a box of Jell-O and you could do so many different things with it. And that's just been carried through. So I think as adults now, we are still trying to break that and not pass it on to our kids. And many of us are failing, myself included.
Yeah, same.
So how can we do some healthy snack swaps that the kids are not going to freak out about?
So I usually say anything that comes from the ground up is always going to be healthier than the stuff that comes in packages. So fruits, vegetables, whole grains, right? Because grains in general, they're brown. So when they get processed, that's when they get bleached, turned white.
Yeah.
So fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and then legumes like black beans, pinto beans, chickpeas, lentils, things like that.
Okay.
So stuff from the ground up is always going to be better. So one thing that I do, again, I'm a mom of 3, super busy, is I have to prep all my fruits and vegetables. So I make that food super accessible to my kids when they get home from school. So they can grab some carrots and hummus and they can grab some grapes from the fridge as easily as they can grab that bag of chips from the pantry.
Right.
Now, the hard thing is if they have the option for one or the other, most kids are going to gravitate towards the chips, the stuff in the pantry.
Right.
So one thing I usually tell families to do is like, just stop buying it.
I know. And to be honest
if we stop buying it, then the kids are like, all right, there's something in the pantry. Let me go towards the fridge and grab something. But it does take time to sit there, wash all the produce, prep it, make it easy and accessible for kids.
Right.
And I want to know, as far as, and I know what you're thinking right now, Kelly, there really is none. But if you could pick one snack that we are walking past in the grocery store every Sunday, is it a Nutri-Grain bar? Is it a protein bar? These Z bars that they're now pushing to me that are now kid-friendly protein bars.
Right.
Are they all a bunch of mumbo jumbo? That's what I want to know.
Usually.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I usually say look at the first 3 ingredients. So in a nutrition label, the first 3 ingredients are usually like what make up the bulk of the product.
Okay.
So if you recognize those first 3 ingredients as something you would normally be able to find in your kitchen,
raisins, figs,
tend to be okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But if it's the first 3 ingredients are not something you recognize as something you would normally grab, then it's usually junk.
Okay.
All right.
I really want to go to the grocery store with you. I mean, I need a lot of help. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm clearing my pantry tonight.
Yes.
I think, and take your kids with you. I think my kids have fun being able to say like, oh, that looks really green, that looks really orange, like the bright fruits and veggies. That's
help
what's
them.
loaded with
Love
the
that.
antioxidants they really love, so they can kind of grab that stuff.
Okay. Good advice.
I think that is great advice.
Our work starts today, folks.
Thank you so much for being here.